I've got a problem. There are aspects of my personality that I can't control.
See a shrink.
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Bruce, trust me when I tell you, I've heard them all.
Not this one.
We've never seen anything even close to your levels of exposure. That you survived an event like that, it's beyond my comprehension.
I don't want to control it. I want to get rid of it.
As far as I'm concerned, that man's whole body is property of the U.S. Army.
They want it as a weapon. If we let it go, we will never get it back.
What the hell was that?
There's only one thing that can fight that. It's in me.
Maybe if I can control it, I can use it.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of any major corporation whatsoever.
Welcome to the Pope on Film. I am Bunny Williams, and with me is
Reverend Steve. I am the founder of the Church of Ed Wood, parent, husband, storyteller, lover, cheese aficionado, amateur tattoo artist, semi-professional nose scratcher, and all about gallivanting man about town. And I might be a little bit distracted this week, but that I think that's just because let's just talk about it right now. I live in Oklahoma, and my kids have been home all week. I wasn't prepared for this. I was prepared for the teachers to strike 1 or 2 days, and then that's it. And then then my kids go back to school. I wasn't prepared for them to be here the entire week, and it looks like at least NBC News is reporting, and not my local NBC News, but actually NBC News is reporting that it looks like the Oklahoma teacher strike will continue on the next week. The ridiculous thing about the teacher strike is how many Oklahoma senators and lawmakers are still really pissed about it.
fuck them so hard.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're teachers, and we're sick of being treated like shit by the GOP-controlled state of Oklahoma, basically. We want a raise. We also want more money for our schools. money for for our crumbling schools, our
Yeah.
literal crumbling schools. We want money for the children. We want money for supplies. We want an overall better school. And then the Oklahoma legislature said, "Fine, we'll give you raises. Now thank us and go back to work."
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, the teachers just went no, because this whole thing hasn't just been about a raise. And now there are all these the lawmakers that are just the governor,
Oh yeah, I heard her. Uh-huh.
Mary's failing. She got a lot of press saying that the teachers were like teens who wanted a better car, but
Yeah.
that's not the thing that pissed me off because she's a dumbass and I'm used to her being a freaking idiot. The thing that pissed me off is that what she said is if we are going to reach an agreement, then we need to stop the disrespect happening on both sides. And it's like, okay, I know what you're saying. What you're saying is teachers need to stop being little bitches.
Mhm.
You know? It's ridiculous. No, I just started. I just started like about 5 minutes ago. So no, you were not late. So
let's give those teachers guns.
Yeah. We can't afford to make the kids. We can't afford to have our children be safe or have our children learn from non-crumbling textbooks, but we can afford to give every teacher a gun.
Yeah.
And training.
And
the
training.
training to use them, yes.
Yeah, well, you know what that training is going to be.
What?
Here's the safety, here's the trigger.
Yeah. There's the black kid.
Pretty
Sorry.
much, yeah. So yeah, it's been a fun week for me, home with the kids. All of the kids are great separately. Maxwell is wonderful. Maxwell's a wonderful kid. Eleanor is cute and adorable and is learning every day. Bella, she's growing into an amazing woman. You put the three of those kids together in the living room, and suddenly it's like a Vietnam movie. You know, there's smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
All along the watchtower starts playing. You hear screaming. There's bodies on the floor. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Maxwell's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Bella's writing a letter home.
Yeah. So
somebody is playing a harmonica.
Yeah. Suddenly Maxwell's name is Tex.
Yes.
What are you gonna do when you get back stateside? Yeah. Suddenly they're all addicted to like opium.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody to episode 169. Tee hee 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 hee. Did you hear that? I said 100. So before we get started, I just wanted to mention episode 167. Huge hit.
Yeah.
On the SoundCloud. Yeah, you uploaded it 5 days ago, and it's been heard just on SoundCloud over 100 times.
Nice.
Which one? The full episode?
Yeah, the full episode. That's the Wally episode.
What fucking maniacs are listening to the full episode?
Yeah. When I saw that today, I just went, "Oh shit! Do we have to do Up now?"
Oh no, we don't have to do Up. We don't.
Yeah,
have to.
but if SoundCloud is telling me that people are really excited for podcasts that focus on Disney Pixar films, then oh my god, let's do 5 hours on A Bug's Life.
Maybe it was because Natasha did it.
That's what I
have
written here. I just want to give a thanks to my wife Natasha because I think that if people are tuning in to our very long episode 167, then they're probably tuning in for my wife's standing up for LGBT rights and her ridiculously intense metaing on the film Wall-E. She did an amazing job, and she's incredible. And
Yeah, I haven't put up the LTV rights yet, and I was really stuck for a cover picture, you know,
yeah,
because like either the transgender person looked just so fucking good that you really couldn't identify them as a transgender person, or they looked really transgender to where it would seem like maybe we were mocking them, and I didn't want to get that impression, so I just used a picture of Jeff Sessions instead.
yeah, that's a good one. Or you know what else you could do? Because it is about transgender and the sexual fluidity and all that. But the first thing I thought of when you said you were having a hard time coming up with a photo for that one, the first thing I thought of was the last Oklahoma Pride Parade, when one of the parade attendees, I guess you would say, one of the people in the parade, Sparkle attacked Eleanor in the face. That was a good day. It was just everywhere. It was in her hair and in her face and her eyes and up her nose. And that led to some amazing photographs.
Yeah.
Also, she was eating like lollipops that she was getting for free during the parade. So she was already sticky. You know, she had already been tarred, and then someone came along and feathered her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that would also be a good one.
That would have been a good picture. I didn't think of a pride parade.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of items.
Okay.
So
well, the episode has only been on SoundCloud for 5 days, and it's already hit like 100, 101 somewhere along there. But it's important for everyone to realize that that's only one place that you can listen to us. There's also iTunes and YouTube and yada yada yada. So what I told Natasha is just get that number, just get that 100 listens in 5 days, and just kind of times that by 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a pretty damn popular episode right there, you know?
Yeah.
So we're doing good. So that's all thanks to my amazing wife, Natasha. So congratulations. So thank you to her. She's amazing.
Yes. Thank you, Tasha.
Hey, Bunny.
Yes.
Hey, Bunny. Hey there, Bunny. Hey there, Bunny. Hey there, Bunny. What's it like in Colorado? Bunny!
What?
Unfortunately, I think it's time for us to talk about Roseanne.
Okay.
Do we have to?
Yeah, kind of. We're a movie podcast, but I like to consider us a pop culture podcast. And when there's something big that's happening, I feel that we should at least mention it. Maxwell, your coughs have ruined the podcast. You're grounded until you're 36.
You're done. Go clean out your desk and go home, boy.
Yeah, go clean out your desk. Go clean out your desk, Maxwell. Go get your shine box. Go get your shine box. Okay, you're not grounded. You're not grounded. I'm just really proud to have made that reference to you. You have no idea what I'm talking about. That's fine. The show Roseanne premiered on ABC in 1998, and it was celebrated for its seemingly honest portrayal of middle-class life, the working class in
And
America.
I loved that show. I loved it.
Oh yeah, I loved
the old Roseanne,
the original Roseanne as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I never
especially
watched
their Halloween episodes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was back when everybody had really good Halloween episodes.
Yeah.
But I never watched Roseanne. I felt that their seemingly honest portrayal of middle class, working class life in America translated to redneck shit that I never watched.
Yeah.
Except for the episode where the Connor family went on vacation to Walt Disney World, because I eat up vacation videos. Maxwell watches all these YouTubers, which I hate, like Hobby Kids TV and FGTV and all of these gamers and they're playing these games, and I absolutely hate watching him play these gamers. But because they're successful YouTubers, oh my God, they're always going on vacation to Universal Studios or Walt Disney World or the Bahamas or something like that. And oh my God, I eat that shit up. The family that I absolutely hate, I will watch the 5-part video series they make about going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's the frickin' Super Bowl. I just love family videos. I once borrowed my friend from high school. We were hanging out at his house, and I was just going through his videotapes, and one of them said, Disneyland Vacation 1991. And I just went, this is your family on vacation to Disneyland? And he said, yeah. And I said, this might sound weird, but can I borrow this? And I borrowed his personal family to Disneyland and watched it. And it was funny because he was really stoned at the time.
Yeah.
That was when you could kind of sort of get away with that. But so, plus that was also when Disney just bought ABC. So they made every ABC show go on a Disney vacation.
Yeah.
In what was probably the world's cheapest publicity stunt, the world's weirdest ad campaign. And they still do that every once in a while. They'll dust off this weird idea and reuse it. The last Modern Family I saw, they went to Disneyland. They all went to Disneyland on vacation. It was roundabout when the little Asian girl turned into a bigger Asian toddler.
Okay.
There was that weird jump where it's like, look at this baby. We're going to raise this baby for about a season, then she's going to be 3.
Right.
But we're a popular show, so just don't question it, everybody. But the thing that I love about that is I'm not a fan of Modern Family, in case you can't tell. Can you imagine, though, ABC doing that now on a regular basis? Because I would love that. Dude, hey, let's just force every show on ABC to go on a Disney vacation. And I would really like that because this week on an all-new Grey's Anatomy, deadly Ebola outbreak ravages Disney World's Typhoon Lagoon water park. I'd watch the shit out of that. So I was never into Roseanne. It just seemed like a bit of white nonsense that I didn't fully understand and I didn't care for. Well, the election of Donald Trump caused ABC to have board meetings where they said, how can we appeal to the white motherfuckers who voted for this ass clown? ABC started an actual strategy to appeal to red state voters. And really think about that. One of America's major TV broadcasters are actively trying to monetize MAGA.
Yeah.
So, of course, they hired Roseanne Barr back to revive her white fantasy show. And it's a fantasy show because there's this myth in society and in politics of the white working class. The white working class, white middle America, white middle class America. Oh, why didn't Hillary pay attention to the white working class? That's why she lost the white working class. But in reality, the working class and middle class in America, they're brown, they're black, they're hardworking immigrants. They're not all fucking John Goodman.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh my God, and did you see John Goodman?
Some people should not get skinny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him since 10 Cloverfield, whatchamacallit.
Oh, you eventually watched that?
Lane, you were one word off.
Yeah.
He looks like he's half dead.
No, I did not. But
He
I
looks
remember
like he's
him
half
being
dead.
in it.
Yeah.
What about Kong Island?
I was interested in 10 Cloverfield Lane, but only because it's like, oh, so you just got a really good movie and then you threw Cloverfield into it at the last second. Yeah. That is interesting to me. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically how we got Ocean's 12. Yeah, the Cloverfield paradox. Basically the same thing. So is he like super duper skinny now, John
Oh
Goodman?
God, yes, and he looks
really
really
horrible.
bad.
He was adorable before. He was just so cute and going just jugga 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 jugga. You know what jugga 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 means, don't you?
So, so this idea of, well, Donald Trump won because he cared about the white working class. That's bullshit. He cares about, that's only partially right. He cares about the white, period.
Uh-huh.
Clear. Not the working class part.
Yeah.
Just the beginning part about the color of their skin. So Roseanne premieres to incredible freaking ratings. And because the character Roseanne voted for Trump, and because Roseanne Barr herself is a Trump supporter, then the ratings were seen as this super important thing. Like, ooh, is this a movement?
Yeah.
Suddenly there's all these articles being written. Oh, is this a movement? Is this a sign that Hollywood should pay more attention to conservative values? Oh, the message is clear. America wants more shows that feature conservative ideals. No, this isn't a fucking movement. It's just an old show that people liked.
Yeah.
So of course people watched
Which
it when they brought it back.
Which has me nervous.
Why?
You know? Because now Roseanne's a Trump supporter, and I can't. Right, she's always been crazy, and she hasn't been relevant in fucking years. So my only hope for this show is John Goodman. You know, because he's still on the talk shows. They're going on the talk shows together, and he'll take pot shots at Trump at any opportunity. So I'm like, okay, at least John Goodman's still all right. You know, but I'm really curious, but like Trump just so disgusts me. I don't think I could deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But people in the media saw these ratings as a sign. NPR dedicated a whole freaking hour to Roseanne.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? For days, shows were all congratulating her on the ratings. Talking about like Roseanne Barr was suddenly a conservative savior. President Trump himself called Roseanne Barr personally to congratulate her on the ratings because our president is a former reality show host who grabs women by the pussy, and ratings is all he cares about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I just don't know if even if it's Roseanne, and even if I really liked the original show, if I'm going to watch a show or something, it's to escape the cesspool that this country has become. You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a show about it.
Yeah. I don't want to know who Kermit the Frog voted for.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Maxwell, you coughed again during the podcast. 65 demerits. 65 demerits.
Yeah, and if they decide that this is actually a trend that they cash in on, they would have to get rid of all the colored Muppets. That would only leave Guy Smiley.
Oh yeah, Guy Smiley would definitely run for president in the Muppet world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guy Smiley.
I mean, the Muppet Show would suck if it was only Guy Smiley.
Yeah. But the one good thing about Roseanne Barr getting amazing ratings is the fact that now people are slowly but surely coming to the realization, if they hadn't before, that Roseanne Barr is a crazy psycho nutbag.
Yeah.
She has a long-standing history of racist and homophobic and transphobic comments, plus a photo shoot surfaced of her dressing as Hitler cooking little Jewish cookies in an oven.
Yes, I saw that.
And I love that so much.
Okay. Right. See, that's something I cannot get mad at. I mean, I cannot get mad at artistic expression. You know,
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
dressing up as Hitler with the burnt Jewish cookies is like as relevant as Kathy Griffith holding a severed head.
Yeah.
You know,
But if you
you
got super
you
pissed
don't
at
have to
Kathy,
like it, but it's still an artistic expression. Yeah.
yeah. But it just gets me that people who were super crazy pissed off at Kathy Griffin holding a decapitated Trump head are now claiming free speech for Roseanne Barr dressed
Yeah.
as Hitler,
Yeah.
cooking little Jewish cookies. It's
Well,
remarkable to me.
well, the best of those, the best of things of this kind of sort was the right getting all like when that guy painted the Trump picture, the Trump painting
Yeah.
for his presidential painting, and the right was all like, "Oh yeah, this is really gonna piss liberals off. Oh, they're gonna so complain about oh that can't go." And liberals were like, "It's art, man.
Yeah.
What he's got to have a presidential picture. It's art."
Yeah.
While
But the most amazing
they freak out about Obama's.
yeah. But the most amazing part about people's realizations of who Roseanne Barr really is, the most amazing part is that apparently for years, Roseanne Barr has been tweeting furiously about two things: Pizzagate and the storm. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a
Oh my.
huge Pizzagate and storm fanatic. She's convinced that there's this secret cabal of evil, satanic, liberalist child molesters who are killing kids in the basement of a pizza place that doesn't have a basement. She's all
Yeah.
about that.
What's the pizza place
Oh
called?
my god.
Freddy Fazbear's?
It's not a Freddy Fazbear's. It's not
Are
a
you
Freddy
sure?
Fazbear's. So yes, I am definitely positive about that.
This is not helping me watch that show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And really, you know what? I mean, what if? Just what if? So what? So what if Hillary ate a fetus or two? Come on. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
I know
I
that,
want to see. I want to see Roseanne look me in the eye and tell me she's never eaten a couple of fetuses.
Yes.
I bet you
Yes.
she downs
Yes.
downs fetuses like Duncan Munchkins.
Yeah. Yeah. So now
or
anonymous internal
Tinbits
reports.
for our Canadian fans.
Nice. So now internal reports are showing that ABC is really freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
On one hand, Roseanne Barr is a batshit crazy bitch who's tweeting about how Donald Trump is secretly taking down powerful liberals who kidnap kids and rape them and then eat their bodies. But on the other hand, we're making money.
Yeah.
So that's a difficult thing for a major corporation to do, is balance those two.
And doesn't that kind of remind you of that Hitler movie we watched way back when?
Oh yeah. A lot of things remind. I actually try and not think about that Hitler movie that we did, because a lot of that is happening right now, and I just try not to think about it.
Yeah. Can't blame you. Can't blame you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bunny.
Yes.
Bunny.
I still have a couple of items, dude.
What'd you say?
I still have a couple of items.
Oh, yes. Go ahead with your couple of items.
Okay. So first, I'm sure I've mentioned before that I watch a lot of debate videos and things like that. Atheist, theist, things like that. And for some reason last night, I was like, And there's a particular channel where they do a lot of debates and they get heated, but they also do a lot of just laid back conversations about things as well. And I was like, you know what? I'm a Woodian. I wonder if
Nice.
they would want to talk to me.
Yeah.
And they do. And we have just not set up an official time yet. So
Yes.
that's going to happen. I'm going to be on somebody else's podcast talking about Woodism.
Yay!
And then the second item is
I have all of my faith in you.
thank
I
you.
have faith in you. Not worried at all.
Thank you.
Nope.
And the second item is I've been out of marijuana for a while now.
Really?
And by a while, I think I mean like a week. At least.
Huh.
Which means my depression and anxiety are off the fucking hook.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. So, to try to help with that, I went on Facebook looking for a fight.
Okay. Oh, gee. Okay. All right.
And
10-4.
and I found one with a young Earth creationist whose ass I kicked roundly.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it about that. And honestly, it helped a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
I
I'm
mean,
proud.
still not great, but yeah, better.
Nice.
Just vent
Nice.
shit. That's it.
Nice. Well, I look forward to you being interviewed about Woodism on another podcast. I trust you. You know your shit.
Yes, thank you.
And good job kicking a young Earth creationist's ass.
Yes.
And let's keep going with these little tidbits because I wanted to do a small amount of episode hopping.
Okay.
Because every once in a while I'll find a little bit of knowledge or trivia or some bit of news. So I have 2 episodes here that I would very much like to revisit if that's I with you.
Okay.
If that's I. 3 episodes ago, episode 166, The Chape of Water.
Yes.
That was a good episode. That was a damn good episode. And I believe that was the first appearance of D&D, Deanna and Destiny.
That was Shape of Water.
Yeah, that's what I said. The Chape of Water.
Oh, I'm like, what the
It was their unofficial debut.
Yeah, their unofficial debut.
Yeah, we didn't really have our own thing until like not then.
They were
first official appearance.
Yeah.
They were special guests on that episode.
Special guests. There you go.
Now they're family. They became family with Wally.
Yeah, well, that was a good episode. That was a great episode. But here's what I think. We now need to destroy all copies of that episode.
Oh, no. Why?
Why, you ask? Because of extreme Colorado pastor Kevin Swanson.
Okay. Oh, I am intrigued.
This man hates gays so bad that he once said that a just society would give gays the death penalty. If you're going to play that, then play it away from the podcast because it's making noise, and I don't want some YouTube video to get monetized in this. He also has a history of strongly hating most major movies for some reason. In 2014, he said that Frozen was a satanic plot to turn kids gay. Agreed. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah. In 2015, he said that God would judge America for Harry Potter and How to Train Your Dragon.
I
Because
have
it's the characters in those.
I have looked him up, and this is a man who never gets laid.
Dumbledore is unofficial again.
Well, yeah.
Official, unofficial. It was never mentioned because it wasn't important to Harry's plot.
Hey, but after she's like, "Hey, by the way, Dumbledore's gay." Stupid bitch played off of gay.
Yeah, right. J.K. Rowling just trying to get some brownie points.
Yeah, it upsets me when people do that. It's not like George Lucas is suddenly coming out and saying, the Jawas are all Egyptian. Like, why would you do that? That you're already done with this. You don't have to add things. Chewbacca is bi. That's why he's such good friends with Han Solo. It didn't make it in the movies. It wasn't important to the plot, but totally bi.
Man, we got a lot of wingnuts in our state. I don't know where Elizabeth, Colorado is.
I know.
This is my favorite. A few weeks ago, he blamed the Austin bombings on the Batman movies.
Who is this guy?
Kevin Swanson. He's actually really big in like Christian extreme conservatism. The thing is about him blaming the Batman movies. I think he wanted to blame it on Black Panther, but he didn't want to piss off Black Twitter.
Okay.
So he blamed it on Batman. It's ridiculous in 2018 to blame anything on Batman. Like, what are you going to blame in our modern day? What are you going to blame Batman for? Frowns?
Yeah.
It was a choice between Batman and Obama.
Yeah.
Unless he's talking about the Lego Batman, in which he had a lot of gay tension with Lego Joker.
Yeah, he did. So in the beginning of this year, Kevin Swanson called The Shape of Water, quote, the end of civilization as we know it.
Yeah, about fucking time.
He continued, this movie is completely centered around cross-species mating. And he said that God would judge America harshly for the popularity of The Shape of Water and for the Oscars that it won. So I think for the sake of America, Bunny, we should probably destroy episode 166.
Nobody's going and shoving fishes up their bag.
I think we should. I think we should send them a copy.
Maybe fish sticks. Maybe fish sticks. As a starter. I'm just saying we don't want to piss off God. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not talking about God. We're talking about God.
Yeah.
G-A-W-D. We're not talking about G-O-D. Oh. We're talking about G-A-W-D. That's the white God.
That's the P-H-A-T of that.
Yeah. That's the white God. So I'm just putting that out there. Maybe we should destroy all copies of the Shape of Water episodes so that we don't incur the wrath of God. Just bringing that out there. You don't have to say yes or no yet. But I will pencil that in as a soft maybe.
Yes.
No, I'm going for sending him a copy. That's the direction.
Oh yeah, he would love that. He would probably love that.
Yeah. Oh my God, Elizabeth, Colorado is really not far away at all.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah. Kevin Swanson, crazy ass
like
guy. He looks
Castle
weird too.
Rock.
He's got these like glasses and like.
It's not even as far away as Denver. Yeah.
Kevin Swanson looks like the evil scientist in a comic book movie. That's what he looks like.
He's Joel Osteen with glasses.
Yes.
Now the other episode I wanted to talk about is an old episode, and I mean really old.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about episode 41 of the Pope on Film.
41. Which one was 41?
Episode 41 was part 2 of our triple feature of double features.
Are you gonna watch Show the
We did 3 episodes where we did double features. And this specific episode, episode 41, we did Staten Island Summer and Batman and Robin.
Okay.
And again, I want to say, how dare you hate Colin Jost's cute, funny Guido coming-of-age film. God damn it, I love Staten Island Summer. Co-starring 65% of the cast of SNL. I love that film! Summer. Secondly, I read one of those BuzzFeed listicles about Batman and Robin, and there were a few bits there that I didn't know at the time that we recorded the episode that I wanted to just add to the show.
Okay.
For starters, Chris O'Donnell never worked a single day with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is odd because they're in dozens of scenes together. They're in a shit ton of scenes, but they were never on set at the exact same time. For no reason other than, I mean, they didn't even have a full script when they started filming the movie. It was such a cluster cuss. So they used body doubles for like wide shots, and then they filmed Chris O'Donnell's Robin close-ups separate. Is how they
Really?
worked this out.
Does he have something against Austrians?
Nope, no. Or does Austria have something against baby-faced child actors who, once they lose the baby face, disappear from American history? Because what the fuck is Chris O'Donnell doing? I actually wrote down Jerry O'Connor, but I had to cross that out and put the right name. Because it wasn't Jerry O'Connell. He was from Rounders.
Rounders.
No, not Rounders. He was from, what was that sci-fi movie where they're jumping Sliders. There you go.
Sliders, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Freeze and Robin were never in the same room at the same time, and that just is a good sign of the ridiculousness of this freaking movie. Also, Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had this blue glow in his mouth when he was talking. And so, you know, a lot of that was just special effects and fix it in post. But when they were doing a close-up of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie, when they were doing a close-up on him, they really wanted that blue to shine. So they set up this machine that he would put inside of his mouth, on the roof of his mouth, that would project this blue glow coming from out of his mouth. The only problem is the battery that they were using would start dissolving once it came in contact with human saliva. I don't know, but every time you see a close-up of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the blue coming out of his mouth is causing literal battery acid to drip down his throat. And that's fucked up, but he was paid $25 million, and he worked exactly 25 days on the film, so he was paid $1 million a day. So on one hand, oh man, he's swallowing battery acid. On the other hand, fuck you. So it's kind of a give and a take. Anyway, that was my episode hopping. I wanted to do a little bit of episode hopping, and so that's the end of that bit. Now, Bunny!
Yes!
Oh, I'm so excited about this. Oh, I'm so excited. I wanted to talk about a subject that we love here on the Pope on Film podcast. A topic that we talk about so many times on the show. So many times we have talked about this topic, this subject on the show. I am, of course, talking about child decapitations.
Awesome.
Yeah, I remember that.
Love it.
So many episodes. We've laughed and cried and held hands talking about 10-year-old children who get their heads cut off.
Yeah.
You may remember the story, but here's a refresher. In 2016, a 10-year-old child was riding a new water slide at the Schlitterbahn Water Park in Kansas City.
Schlitterbahn? I've been there.
The Schlitterbahn? Well, there's like 4 different Schlitterbahns. This is the one in Kansas City.
There are 4 different Schlitterbahns?
Kansas City, Kansas, I believe. So there's a couple of Schlitterbahns, and there's one or two in Texas. But this kid was riding a new ride at the Schlitterbahn in Kansas City. The ride was called Verrückt.
Verrückt?
Verrückt. There's 2 R's in there. Verrückt, which is German for crazy.
Like the chick from The Craft?
No, that was Faruka. That was Faruka something.
Okay.
Faruka Salt. The ride was heavily hyped for being the world's tallest and fastest water slide ever created. It started up at 168 feet 7 inches into the sky. That's where you started the ride.
Okay.
Elevators, or if you're really healthy, the stairs.
No.
She's thinking you just fucking teleport.
That's actually taller than Niagara Falls for a visual. Okay? And at its fastest, this water slide hits speeds of up to 65 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a 10-year-old kid named Caleb Schwab was riding it, and during a bump in the ride, specifically the second bump, he flew into the air, off of his raft, flew into the air, and hit a steel safety bar, and was instantly decapitated.
That's ironic.
Yeah, he had his head cut off by the safety bar.
Jesus Christ.
That is so not cool. You know what's really not cool about that?
What?
Is that the French did many studies because they had the guillotine. And your head stays alive anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You gotta be going really fast.
The
to
first-
be decapitated by something solid.
Yeah, the
Well,
first
65 miles an hour.
No, this is right here is where he got decapitated. Because the first drop is so ridiculously fast that by the time you go up and you hit this first bump, people would just fly into the air. So they made this like safety net around the ride so that people wouldn't fly off of the ride, which also happened despite the safety net. But in order to keep that net on there, you needed like these safety bars, and the safety bars had a habit of hurting, and in one case, killing a child. Let me tell you the really fucked up thing about this, okay, is that Schlitterbahn would have gotten a wrist slap or a fine, but the dead kid ended up being the son of a Kansas House of Representative member.
Okay.
So, oops. You got to imagine that Schlitterbahn was like, a kid died. Please say he was black. Please say he was black. Black or Mexican, we should be fine. Damn it, he's a white kid. Damn it, he's a white kid who's a family member to the Kansas House of Representatives. Worst case scenario. Because honestly, if it was like a minority kid, then this would not be a major story. If it was a poor black kid, this would not be a major story. That's the fucked up part about it.
Homeless kid who just wandered into Schlitterbahn.
Yeah. So, because the kid was the only son of a Kansas House of Representative member, they didn't just throw the book at Schlitterbahn. They threw the author at them.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for laughing at that.
What did they do?
Bella had no idea what I was talking about, and I had to like walk her through it. What do you mean through the author? And I'm like, well, first they throw the book, but that's not enough. So then they throw the author of the book, and once I explain it to you, it's not funny.
Yeah.
So you just emptied that joke. Thank you for that. So about a week or two ago, a grand jury indicted the water park, the owner of the water park, the co-owner of the water park, the former director of operations at the water park, the construction company that made the ride, and John Schooley, the lead designer of the ride. This story is crazy. The indictment is almost 50 pages long.
Yeah.
And it's fucking insane. The story of the creation of this ride is insane. In fact, I considered using it for the next Steve Historical Approximations, or SHAP as I like to call it, but I deemed it too recent. This is a segment about history, not recentery.
Yes.
Not nowstery. History.
Not herstory.
Or herstory, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the story. First off, the ride was created solely to impress a Travel Channel show.
Okay.
Like, there were people from the Travel Channel, and they visited the Schlitterbahn water park, and they said, oh, hey, that's great. Yeah, no, we'll film a little bit of our travel show here. Oh, you should film more. Oh, well, we'll film more when you come up with an amazing ride. Maybe something, we have this world record show. If you came up with a world record, we'd definitely come here and make a big deal about it. But until you do that, I guess we'll see you some other time, Schliederbahn.
Yes.
So it was created solely to impress a Travel Channel TV show, number one. Secondly, they rushed the design.
It wasn't even the good Travel Channel TV show.
Yeah.
They could have gotten Ghost Adventure.
Yeah. They could definitely. No, they can't. Well, maybe they've since taken down the Verrucht. They've tore it down.
Yeah.
So hopefully the ghost of
Little Jimmy Decapitation.
Caleb Schwab. Hopefully the ghost of Caleb Schwab makes it. Yeah. So
well, come on, but look on the bright side here. This kid can be one of the headless huntsmen.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a bright
the headless
side
hunt.
to the child decapitation.
The bright side to the child
really
decapitation
fucking
is this is going to be a great bit for the podcast.
It really is.
That's the positive. Thanks for taking one for the team, Caleb.
Can I add one for a second?
I'm just saying this is a great episode.
Mr.
It's an amazing
Schwab.
story.
Can I add something for a second?
What?
The lore around ghosts is that their spirit is stuck in that traumatic place that they experienced that trauma. So do you think since they took down the ride, that ghost is now just hanging out in the middle of the air where he died?
Yeah.
Just
Woo! Hoping somebody just happens
to look up and
Yeah.
spot him.
It's going to be
Swinging
difficult
around.
for the ghost to constantly have his hands up going, woo! That's got to be difficult.
He should have kept his hands on the raft.
They rushed the
Maybe he
designing.
would have been decapitated.
They rushed the designing of the ride. They rushed the construction of the ride. They didn't follow safety rules in creating the ride. And here's the best part. The designer of the ride had zero experience in making things. Not just zero experience in making like water park rides or making rides, period, but he just never built anything. He had no experience whatsoever. That's just like, so we need to build this Disney World ride, and we need it now. Eleanor, you're on this. Come up with a ride for Tron. And the entire ride is just Mommy's Boobs, the ride. Becomes the most popular ride at Disney World.
The ride.
All the dads are lined up.
By the way,
Thank you.
Kevin Swanson
No!
does not allow comments on his Facebook page.
Oh, that son of a
Go
bitch.
figure. So I personal messaged it to him.
Nice. There you go. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Excited to see what happens there. So the creation of Verrucht went against many states' safety regulations, which is why it was specifically built at the Schliederbahn location in Kansas, because there are literally zero safety regulations for rides.
Okay.
I'll do this in Texas because there are rules against rides that are this tall, and then Kansas is like, you want to build it here? We don't give a fuck. So it followed.
There are some inspections though. They go over to the ride and they like push on it some, and if it doesn't shake, they're like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So it followed no industry safety standards. They had no experience making thrill rides, and once it opened, and before the 10-year-old lost his head, a crap ton of people were injured on the ride, and the park straight up covered it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one story that is in the indictment where a family was riding, and the dad in that one bump in the ride, he flew out off of his raft and collided with the safety bar, and then the family, without the dad weighing the raft down, the family rocketed through the rest of the ride and it landed in that safety pool that's supposed to slow them down, and it didn't slow them down, and they ended up colliding headfirst with a brick wall at the end of the splashdown pool. But thankfully, because we're talking about like a 40-year-old dad, he didn't get decapitated. He was just severely injured. So the entire family was taken to the medical tent, and then the company took statements from the family and took statements from the people working in the medical tent and took statements from witnesses and then destroyed all of those statements.
Eleanor can eat peanuts, right?
Yeah. And then they forced the employees at the store to write super safe statements.
Yeah.
They were literally coached on writing better statements that would shine on the company better and stuff. So then, like 6 months later, one of the teens who was forced into writing this super safe statement by the company, decides to become a whistleblower and goes to the cops. So then he goes to the cops, and suddenly the family is visited by this big freaking lawyer for the water park company who comes to his house to talk to him.
Ooh.
The kid's 17 years old. The kid's underage, and suddenly this lawyer's there. Yes, I want to speak to Jonathan. Excuse me, I'm Jonathan's mother, and no. Well, I need to talk to him about an incident that happened at the park. It's important. I am a lawyer working on behalf of the park that he is currently employed in. And the mom just goes, okay, well, he's already spoken to the police. And then the lawyer's like, well, I need a copy of his statement immediately. And the mom's like, okay, no.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's illegal. And also, get the fuck out of my house. Basically, the kid was threatened in his own house. An underage kid was threatened in his own house.
Well, that is America these days.
Yeah. So there was a shit ton of people that were getting injured at this ride, and the park was covering it up. And all this time, the ride was failing and breaking and stuff, and there was no upkeep on it. So yeah, the park and the various list of bad guys have all been charged with involuntary manslaughter, second-degree murder, aggravated battery, reckless endangerment of a child. Aggravated battery. I saw them in concert in '98. It was pretty amazing. And they arrested...
Awesome T-shirts.
Yeah. They arrested the water park designer at an airport in Texas a few days ago. He engineered the ride, and he had no engineering credentials whatsoever. Like, shit, Maxwell may as well have came up with that ride, you know?
Yeah.
The amazing thing is that this is all happening right now in the news, and I can't believe that more people aren't fascinated with this, because I am absolutely fucking fascinated with this. I only touched upon a small part of like a 47-page indictment, and in small print.
Where in the news?
Mostly like the Kansas City Star and web pages that talk about water parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, you're not seeing this in the major news. And also because the shocking thing, a 10-year-old got decapitated. That happened in 2016, and now it's 2018, and it's difficult to get people excited about this again.
Yeah.
You know? But this is amazing. This is an amazing story. I love this.
Yeah, I would kind of like to check it out a little further. That's why I was.
I'm sending you on Facebook Messenger. I'm sending you a picture of the ride right now. This is an actual photograph that was taken from the ride, and it's insane. I also sent it to Jeannie. And you're going so fast on that first ridiculous drop that when you hit the first major bump, you're going way too fast and you're just rocketed from the ride.
Same.
This picture
but you know, on some level, I'm thinking like that may be the most awesome ride ever. You know, I mean, you get on these rides for kind of that thrill of death, you know, but you're kind of more passive because you're like, oh well, you know, I'm sure this is safe. They wouldn't do it if it wasn't safe. No, this is a ride that delivers on that fucking promise.
Which reminds me, I'm really excited about Johnny Knoxville's new movie. I'm not sure if I talked about this before.
I'm not sure.
His new movie, which is coming out this summer, is called Action Park, and it's about Action Park, New Jersey.
Okay, yeah.
The ridiculously dangerous lawsuit capital of the world water park. That was so dangerous and had no safety regulations. And so I'm really excited that
Action Park. I remember the commercials very well.
Yeah. And Johnny Knoxville and one of the other guys from Jackass is starring in the movie. And so they did all of their own reckless stunts, Jackass style, in the middle of this scripted movie.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see that because, you know, how can we explain that Action Park is recklessly dangerous? Oh, we'll hire one of the Jackass guys and have them do reckless, stupid-ass things in this movie about the most dangerous theme park in the world. You know, that makes a lot of sense to me. And
marketing gold.
Yeah. So we still have a lot more show to go. We have to talk about Supernatural. I have a lot about Supernatural.
We really need to talk about Supernatural this time.
Yeah, I went to Natasha and I said, Jesus, I think I have too much about Supernatural. And Natasha said, there's no such thing as too much Supernatural.
In exactly that voice, right?
Yeah, in exactly that voice. It was weird. And just to be safe, because I care, Bunny, about you and your mental health, I'm going to be leading you through some guided meditation later.
Okay.
So look forward to that. We have to talk a lot about Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
And I had two of the kids I had two of my children tell me what to talk about on the podcast. Which two kids? The answer might surprise you.
Okay.
So that's going to be exciting. We've got to talk. Yeah, we got to talk a lot about Lou Ferrigno and Gwyneth Paltrow and Mark Growlolo.
Yeah.
Dan and I talk about Shel Silverstein.
Mark Wuffalo. Mark Barkalow. What's his name? Ruffalo. See, I was in the ballpark because I knew it was a dog noise.
Don't mess with that because Jeannie's got a big crush on him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a crush on him too.
Yay!
Mark Ruffalo's daddy, like.
Daddy?
Both for her, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said dad. Are you gonna kink shame me?
What?
Speaking of.
No. I think we should make that a brand new segment.
Mark Ruffalo is daddy. Were we just talking about Mark Ruffalo?
And all of your kinks.
I don't even want to talk about him. I just want to look at him.
Same. Or like Keanu Reeves. I could talk forever about that guy.
Keanu Reeves.
So you know what makes both of them? One of the things that makes them sexy is they're so like honest and ethical and genuine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a what?
They're so honest and ethical and genuine.
Well, that's it, and that's where
And
that's
not
where
secretly the worst, like all of other Hollywood.
yeah. And
You're my
that's,
best friend, Jerry Smith. I love
that's
doing
where
Christianity.
women can really save
anything
this
bad.
planet.
You know, he lives in like a little apartment
He
in
was
a
one
bike
of the
store.
people we were going over. We had to name self-actualized people, and somebody named
They're like
Keanu
the
Reeves
Rhino
and
Room.
justify it.
They're just
like,
totally
he
unaware
totally
of anything else or what's going on around.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
We're talking about
Like, the very
Maslow's
top
hierarchy
one
of needs
is
over here.
self-actualization. You have
Yeah.
to meet these 4 criteria, and yeah, they totally justified Keanu Reeves being self-actualized.
I think the only bad thing I've ever heard of was that he stole paparazzi's camera from him,
I
and
saw
then
that.
had so much joy in his face as he's running away.
The worst thing that Keanu Reeves ever did
Was not marry me.
was the fact that
The other Matrix movies.
47 is just too many Ronin.
No.
I think we
Yes.
can all agree on that now.
Yes.
We would have been happy with just, the Romans 12.
I know. What else
But no, he had to go for 47. That's a ridiculous number. 47. My girlfriend sucked 47 Ronin in a row.
In a row?
But
In a
as
Ronin. That's good.
but as I was trying to say, this is how women can save the world.
Always like
Motherhood is beautiful.
38. Huh?
Motherhood
It really
is
is.
beautiful.
That's why when in Guardians of the Galaxy and Ronan was a character, I was like, how many Ronin?
Yeah. So before we get to all of this amazingness, maybe we should take a break. Should we take a break?
Jeannie's going outside for a cigarette. I don't know if
Oh,
we should take a break.
That's actually fine because Deanna just asked me if they can do their segment now because apparently they have dinner.
Oh, okay.
Without me.
Go for it.
I'm
Yeah.
not going. It's just me.
That works.
It's just me and Randall.
Cool.
Okay, I want to lead this one. You led the last one. Yeah.
So you guys are gonna do the podcast now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shel
Okay.
Silverstein.
So they're gonna do the podcast now. I want to give them an opening.
Is this knife?
I want an Easter egg. 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 I want an Easter egg.
It's a damn good show.
A high school girl's been murdered. Mr. Harrison's daughter is missing. And now at the house where she lives, the other girls are getting obscene phone calls.
Yeah, what I've done is I've tapped this phone so that when it rings, it'll ring at the station house, too.
There was a little girl murdered over in the park tonight. Yes, I heard. Your phone's ringing. Hello?
Hey, Mommy. There's a baby. Baby, all right, Mom. Just a minute.
Who's there?
I know you're there, now, baby. You answer me, a spirit. Mommy. Come here. Where's Agnes? You won't.
Why are you doing this?
This is Graham. It's group 140, terminal 55.
Remember those idyllic scenes out of your childhood? Crisp winter nights, star bright, sleigh bells, crackling Yule logs, candlelight glistening off of shimmering Christmas trees, chestnuts roasting over open fires, carolers beneath snow-covered window ledges. Remember those. Remember them well. After Black Christmas, they'll never be the same again. Black Christmas, starring Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, Margot Kidder, and starring John Saxon as Lieutenant Fuller. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight.
And we're back with more of the Pope on Film. Homework assignment is filmed before a live studio audience. Hey, Bunny, guess what?
What?
No, you have to guess. You have to actually guess.
Homophobic pastors.
12.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously, Bunny, is that your answer? Jesus Christ, Bunford. Yeah, I have. I have one question for you, Bunny. Just one question.
Okay.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Because I asked you, guess what? And your answer was homophobic pastors. So really, Bunny, who hurt you? Tell me. Show me on the podcast where he touched you.
Homophobic pastors. That's who's hurt me.
Okay.
And that's what's made me afraid of the bratwurst.
Nice. Now, I was going to say, Bunny, you need therapy, but you're already in therapy, so it's obvious that Western medicine has failed you.
Yes.
There's a new boss baby?
All of those quote-unquote doctors
yes,
with their quote-unquote medical degrees, that's just a bunch of nonsense, Bunny. Only stupid people get doctorates. That's the easy way to do it.
I may have to. I may be in dire need of a coffee enema.
Yeah. So that's where I come in. So let's do some real therapy.
Okay.
I'm talking patchouli and incense style therapy.
Okay.
Okay? So, Bonnie, I'm going to lead you through some guided meditation here, okay? So what I'm going to need you to do, I need you to close your eyes, okay? And really close them, because I'll hear if your eyes aren't closed.
Okay.
I will hear your eyes being open. So you need to close your eyes, okay? Just close them!
They are closed.
I was trying to sound like Sarah Silverman from Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, now take deep breaths, okay? Just take deep breaths. Nice deep breaths. And while you're breathing in and breathing out, try to visualize that you're breathing in good things and you're breathing out bad things.
Don't you need to be talking softer?
Yeah, I'm trying, but it's difficult because the house is always loud. So try and breathe in mental health. However,
Doesn't work like that.
and visualize breathing out Michael Bay movies.
Oh, okay.
Breathe in, exercise, and poetry, and breathe out Betsy DeVos. Now, imagine you're on a beach. You're on a beach, Eleanor. You yelling for Bella is not helping Bunny with his therapy, okay? Bella will, when Bella is done, she'll come out, okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll just guard the TV for her, okay?
Like fucking Danish, and she didn't even fucking
Yeah,
eat it.
yeah. She hasn't even touched it. Now imagine you're on a beach. You're on a beach.
What am I wearing?
The waves are peacefully lapping up to your feet. Lap, 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 lap. Seagulls are chirping in the distance. Seagull noise! Seagull noise! A family of 14 shitty white kids kick sand in your face. You accidentally sat on a dirty hypodermic needle. Okay, you know what? The beach wasn't a great idea. Visualize yourself leaving that beach, because I'm sorry, Bunny, the beach in your head is shit. That's not my fault. I didn't come up with your head. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't come up with that. I'm not God. I'm not Joe Pesci. So I'm sorry. You have a shitty beach in your head. And I apologize, but also, I'm honest. So let's go someplace else in your mind, Bunny. Let's go someplace else. Again, eyes closed, deep breaths, breathing in positive and breathing out bad things. So breathe in a sensible breakfast and breathe out the Oklahoma educational system. Just breathing in, breathing out. Now imagine you're at a spa. Imagine you're at a relaxing spa. There's music, relaxing music in a relaxing way. There's a relaxing sense that in a relaxing
Lavender.
style, lavender sense. There's lights, dimmed lights, very relaxing lights that are dimmed. It's a spa. It's a spa.
Am I on The Bachelor? Is somebody going to give me a rose?
Well, it's a spa, so you also have to imagine a fuck ton of Korean women working there.
Okay.
And they're all trash talking you in a language you don't understand, and you're not 100% sure that they're trash talking you, but they keep saying things in Korean really loud and then looking at you and laughing, and you're not fully sure what's going on. And now they're doing that weird cup thing on your back where they're cupping your back and breaking skin, and it hurts like fuck, and you're not sure how this is supposed to help you. But then you remember that next they're going to put your feet in one of those weirdo tanks with fish, and then the fish eat all your dead skin, and you're kind of filled with a bit of anxiety about that because you've got really gnarly feet and you don't want these Korean ladies to hate you more than they already hate you. Okay, we're leaving the spa in your head, Bunny. Now, I know, I'm grounded in reality, and I know that fictional places of business in your subconscious don't have Yelp pages.
Yeah.
But if they do, I would leave them a really shitty review. So I'm sorry, your subconscious does not have good spas. Again, that's not my fault.
I would leave a shitty review for my mind itself.
Fucking same.
You know what, Bunny? Let's just forget the guided meditation and the breathing. I don't know. Just try and smoke more pot, I guess.
Yeah. As soon as it can.
or hemp oil.
CBD.
Would that help? CBD.
I actually do think CBD would help.
Yeah.
Helps me.
It helps Destiny.
It's like I don't have a job where I can smoke weed, or I would.
Yeah.
So I have to do the non-THC shit.
Yeah.
Because traditionally, I smoke a good bit.
Yeah.
Which means I generally don't get too particularly high because you get a tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
And it still helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So
do you?
That makes me lean toward the CBDs. Huh?
I'm gonna interrupt your podcast. Do you have like panic disorder, anxiety disorder?
Yeah.
So both of those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure what the difference is though.
Panic disorder more comes with the like fear of dying. You have accelerated heart rate. Anxiety is more of a silent thing. Now it's not the same for all people. That's just what it's described as.
Yeah.
I know I have both. I have more panic disorder than I do anxiety disorder. And so I'm just trying to mellow myself out with this liquid weed oil.
Yeah.
And I put it under my tongue, and I'm supposed to only do 8 drops a day, but I do more like 20 drops a day.
Yeah.
Don't tell my husband.
We won't tell him.
But
I mean,
we will tell Kevin Swanson.
Don't tell him.
No, we probably will have to tell Kevin Swanson. Just to be fair, Bonnie, I tried to help you out with the guided meditation. I just want to say that I did my part.
Yes, you did.
I also want to say that you'll be getting my bill in the mail in about 2 to 3 weeks. Hint, hint, 5 figures. Spoiler alert. Well, that was fun now, wasn't it? Where were we? Ah, yes, it's homework time yet again on the old Pope on Film podcast. People of the internet, your attention, please. Cease your condom snorting and kindly pay attention. I can't believe, have you heard this, Bunny? Young people, teens are snorting condoms.
Yes, I have.
I heard about young people snorting condoms on a clickbait article headline that I shared without reading on social media, which means we're in a crisis.
Yes.
And more than likely the media, one media place found 5 videos of people snorting condoms and then wrote an article about how a lot of people are doing this. And then that was picked up by other media outlets who grew it bigger. And then another media outlet grew it bigger. And now we're in a condom snorting crisis.
That is exactly what I heard.
It's already a meme.
Yeah.
It's been 2 days and it's already a fucking meme.
Each week,
and my stand on that is, please, go ahead. Okay? We seriously need a bit of social Darwinism here. We just do. So,
you can snort whatever you want as long as you're not hurting anybody else with it.
Please.
Right? I mean, I used to do it with spaghetti noodles, but I mean, that's different than a condom.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a little bit different.
Snort condoms, eat Tide Pods.
Well, at least they're using them.
Yeah.
I think we should introduce the stick a fork in the light socket challenge.
Ooh, that seems like a good one. I'd probably participate in that one. I didn't do the ice and salt challenge, which is an older one.
Mm-hmm.
The cinnamon challenge, no. But I would definitely do the kill yourself challenge.
I haven't done any of these challenges.
I wanted to do the Tide Pod challenge.
I did the get married and have 5 kids challenge.
Oh, see, that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, that was exciting. Still waiting for the big payoff for that one.
It's not going to come.
Yeah, no, it's not going to come.
Maybe a 6th child if you're not careful.
Each week, the dreaded Council of Destinies chooses a homework assignment via the fiery Ritual of Carousel. I put you in there.
Why?
Yeah, I wrote you. Huh? Because I always pick like a member of the family, and you're a member of the family.
Thank you.
And this week, it's a very special double-sized homework assignment as we dive once again into the world of Supernatural. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Supernatural. Supernatural, the TV show that will not die. I said that last week on the podcast, and in between last week and this week, the CW officially picked up Supernatural for a 14th season.
Really? Okay.
It's going to be heading into season 14, and at this point, everybody's just got to give Supernatural some goddamn respect.
Yeah.
I mean, 14 seasons for anything is impressive.
This is true, yes.
Freaks and Geeks was around for half a season and people are still shitting themselves over that. Supernatural somehow was started on the WB and survived the transition from the WB to the CW, and then has now stayed for 14 seasons. And I mean, even if you know nothing about Supernatural, god damn, that deserves some respect. But Jesus fucking Christ, that's impressive for any show. They're getting close to 300 episodes.
You're close to 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close to 200 episodes. And that's damn impressive for anything. In fact, it's surprising to me how little fanfare this show actually gets in the media and American society in general. It's like society is going, wow, 300 episodes in this television climate? Let's celebrate. Oh, wait, it's a sci-fi show. Okay, who gives a fuck? Everybody leave. It's a science fiction show. Let's all go back to our houses. Like, seriously, if Supernatural were a romantic drama set in a hospital, then Entertainment Tonight would never get done having orgasms.
Yes.
Are you talking Grey's Anatomy?
I was actually thinking ER.
Oh, see, ER is not as good as Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. And this week, we will be focusing on 2 different episodes that both have their focus on the same thing, television.
Yes.
This week, we will be discussing 2 episodes, Season 5, Episode 8, Changing Channels, and one of the most recent episodes, Season 13, Episode 16, Scooby Natural.
Yes.
And a lot of people, when they first announced this Scooby Natural episode, a lot of people just kind of rolled their eyes and said, oh, so Sam and Dean will be joining forces with Scooby-Doo? That's not realistic. Bitch, you don't have a son that forced you to watch the Scooby-Doo WrestleMania mystery movie at least 75 times. You want to talk about unrealistic? WWE owns an entire town in this movie. You know what happens at the end of it? Scooby-Doo wins the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
And you say that's not believable?
Yeah, no. This episode of Supernatural is more believable than John Cena saving the Scooby Gang from a giant rolling boulder. The one thing that I do believe is that every time John Cena appears, his annoying ass theme music plays. I believe that's in every situation. Like, he's at a funeral for like his grandmother. Once he walks into the funeral parlor, John Cena. Do. Yeah, Maxwell's got it. Thank you, Maxwell. Now, here's the tricky part. See, we've already done our fair share of Supernatural already on this podcast, I believe, either vertently or inadvertently.
Yes.
If that's a word. So now we're at the point in the homework segment where we discuss like the stats, the history of the homework. And I believe we've already kind of done that. So what do we do now? Well, I was going to just make shit up about Supernatural.
Yes.
But then I'd have the Supernatural family after me, the fan base, the SPN fandom, the Supernatural Mafia, and I do not want that. You cannot put that curse on me, Ricky Bobby. So here's the Cliff Notes. Here's the Cliff Notes history of Supernatural. There's this guy, his name is Eric Kripke. Growing up, he made horror movies with his friends in high school. Same. And he grew up, he went to Hollywood. He did a few low-budget movies that I don't think anyone ever saw. But then, like, he got a big job. He got a job at the WB, which was a station for you younger kids out there. It was a TV station. And their mascot was the racist frog.
Yes.
Which one? Which racist frog?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Ray.
Hello, my ragtime girl. Yeah, that racist frog. So Eric Kripke got a job with WB working on, apparently, in 2003, the WB, maybe this is a reason why the WB isn't around anymore, they said, you know what we need? A sexy Tarzan TV show. Guys, that sexy Tarzan. So apparently there's a sexy Tarzan show in 2003 that was so bad it was canceled after 8 episodes. But he had the foot in the door. That was Eric Kripke's foot in the door with the WB. A channel that will no doubt always be around. Interesting fact, in 2004, Eric Kripke started work on a suspiciously familiar movie. The movie was called Boogeyman. Apparently, it was the #1 film in America at the time it was released. So this was like a hit. But
I've seen it, but I get the feeling that there is more than one Boogeyman.
Yeah, no, I think so too. But this film let's see if this is in any way familiar to you. It's about a young man played by a WB pretty boy who is on a WB show, mainly for teenage girls. He plays a young man who, after his mother is killed mysteriously, decides to hunt down the supernatural monster that killed his family. That plot does sound familiar. Where have I seen that plot before?
It does.
You know what? I know. Yeah, that's the plot of Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
Lorelai and Rory hunting down the demons that killed the dad.
Yes.
That's the entire Gilmore Girls. They ripped it off. So in 2005, the WB picked up his familiar sounding TV show plot about two brothers who hunt supernatural beings that killed their mom. In the beginning, it was really pretty much just early X-Files.
Yeah.
Here is the monster of the week. We are in this city now, in this town, and we will deal with this monster. Have fun in this 47 minutes sort of show, you know?
Yeah.
Like early X-Files.
Yes. I
that
saw
was when
some
I
of those.
liked X-Files. When they started getting grandiose plot is when I kind of tapped out.
I like the grandiose plots. Gotta admit it.
I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah. But again, this show deserves so much more credit than it's given. It started in 2005 on the WB network. How this show is still on the air is a mystery. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's still on the air because the leads are cute and because the writers are constantly queer baiting. Okay, I guess that was actually easier to explain than I thought it was going to be. Also, this is something that I point out so much that Natasha gets upset about it. One of the executive producers of this TV show is McG.
McG.
He's the fast cut music video action movie doofus responsible for 2 Charlie's Angels movies.
Ooh, and we still let him work?
Yeah, and Terminator Salvation, which I remember liking, but then I also remember Hollywood quickly acting like it doesn't exist. Like, I like Terminator Salvation, but then Hollywood is like, yeah, let's erase this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see that McG credit at the forefront of every episode of Supernatural, and I just groan because fucking Charlie's Angels, bunny! Charlie's Angels! They made 2 of those movies!
I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why, because it was Drew Barrymore's production company.
Yeah. So originally, Kripke said, I have a plot, I have an epic plot for this show, and it's going to be contained. So this show will be exactly 3 seasons long. The story I want to tell is exactly 3 seasons long. But then maybe, oh shit, we're going to actually last for 3 seasons? I'm sorry. Okay, 5 seasons long. The story for this show is 5 seasons long. But after that, I'm out, okay? After that, I'm out. I have a story to tell, and it will end after season 5. After that, it's just going to get silly. So, yeah, the main plot of the show ended in season 5, and then Kripke left. And a number of different showrunners came and went, but the plot of the show, the main plot ended in season 5, and then after that, they added all these other things. The show stayed on the air. Some credit the show's staying power to the inclusion of an angel named Castiel onto the show.
Yeah.
The thing I love about Castiel is that originally he was only going to be in 4 episodes, 5 episodes, 6 episodes, a handful of episodes, and he's like, oh, so this is kind of like a small.
What is that noise? Who's got the vibrator?
Oh, I had my phone on top of the computer, so
Me.
So that was actually my vibrator.
I'm masturbating and sitting at the same time
That's hot.
with my third hand. That I
Nice.
fucking have.
That's awesome. I'm so glad you got that.
Thank you. It comes out of my vagina. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. The guy who plays Castiel, gee, what is his name again? We should talk about him more on the podcast.
Mookie Wilson or something, I believe.
Mookie Wilson. I think his name is High Fructose Corn Syrup, I believe is his name. Anyway, he's like, oh, I'm only going to be in a handful of episodes. Great. Then I'll do a really difficult voice that hurts my throat and will cause me to lose my voice, because it'll be fine, because I'm barely going to be on this show. Oh, wait, I'm in every episode now? Well, I guess my throat's fucking screwed. So I just love that. I just love that every time he shows up. Sam, Dean. It's like, Jesus Christ. I love Supernatural, especially when all three of them get into Batman-offs.
Yes.
Sam and Dean. I am Castiel, and I sound more like Batman. No, you don't. I do. Both of you shut up. I do. Which one of us is talking now? I have no idea. Robin! So, I really love that. And of course, my favorite episodes of Supernatural, which has lasted for 13 seasons now and definitely hasn't jumped the shark in any way. My favorite episodes of Supernatural are the ones with Poochie, the rapping dog. They added him in season 10. He's Poochie, the rapping dog who rides a skateboard. And he's awesome. He's wiggity dope fresh. It's my favorite.
I don't know if you're kidding.
yeah, that's the great part about that. That's the great part about that. Now, originally, I wanted to focus exclusively on Scooby Natural, the utterly ridiculous Supernatural Scooby-Doo crossover. But in the beginning, they mention an episode from season 5, which I love, called Changing Channels. So we're covering both episodes because I love Changing Channels. It's one of my favorite episodes of the show. I just really love self-aware, fourth wall breaking meta type of shit.
Yes.
So of course, the one character of Supernatural that I love more than any other character is Chuck. His name is Chuck, and he's an author, and he starts writing this series of books, and they become kind of popular, and then then he stops writing them. He stops writing these books, but these books that he wrote gains a cult following, so much so that Sam and Dean go to a comic book store, and they go in pretending to be FBI agents like they like to do, and the guy running the comic book store is